YouTube. So I was setting that up. Hi, everybody. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hi, April. Welcome. Hi, Christy. How are you? Jessica. Good morning. Denise. Welcome. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Dee. Hi, Chels. How you doing, my dear? Let's see. OS Bammy. Welcome. Jenna. Tams. Hi, everybody. Powwow Farmer. Let's see. Alexandria, welcome in. Hi, Trish. Hi, Elizabeth. How you doing, Jen? All right, you guys. So if you are new to this show, my name is Lori Can Shop, and today is Cooking and Conversation. So if you look at the bottom, there is the recipe pinned for week 5. You guys, this is week 5. Can you believe it? So we are going to be cooking a sausage and hash brown breakfast bake this morning. The recipes are available for $2, and I will send you a hard copy that will look like this. Also, if you look in the Buy It Now, there are all of the recipes from weeks 1 through 4 as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hi, Carol. Welcome in. Hi, Kate. Let's see. TJ Big Pockets. Welcome. Hi, Amy, Allie, and Malta and Rachel. Welcome in. Hi, Laura. Hi, Birch. Hi, Sherry. So you guys, what you will notice is that we will cook. We will do the recipe. All of the items, or not all of them, but many of the items are Ray Dunn. And at the end, I will sell the Ray Dunn items that are in my shop. So if you want to check out the shop, it's preloaded. There may be some random pulls depending on what you guys are looking for, but pre-bids will take precedent at the end of the show. Hi, Mango. Hi, Ren. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, Michelle. Allie, I am, Chels, not Allie. Chels, I am going to mod you, no pressure. I think you're probably at work, but just in case. And I just want to make sure I'm good with the chat because, when you're cooking, you don't want to ignore the chat. So I modded you. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, Jessica, they do. I can show you that real quick before we get started. Okay, let me get my computer up and ready just because it makes it easy. And let me put up the first giveaway, you guys. Hi, Jessica. Let's see. Shows. And you guys, I was just making a nice coffee. Let's start with our first. We're going to do some questions today. Let's start with our first. Hi, how you doing, Julie? Welcome in. Hi, Colleen. So we're going to start with our first question today to just kind of get us going. So this is about the category of different categories. Hi, Jaded. So we're going to start with the food and cooking category. Here's your first question, and then Jessica, I'll show you those bowls. What's your favorite comfort food? What's your favorite comfort food, and go. All right, April, I saw yours first. You said soup. I love soups. I love it, love it, love it. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of the Saturday Night Live woman. I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm really showing my age there. Hi, Heidi. Welcome in, everybody. Bread, all kinds. Ren found it. I love it. Potatoes, anything potatoes. I love potatoes. Pizza, Powwow Farmer. Amy, pasta. Bob the Pickle says a chicken pot pie. Bob, that's so funny. I was looking for recipes for next week, and the chicken pot pie recipe kind of was in my mind. April says soup. There's the oven. We preheated the oven to 375 for our recipe today. Starburst, anything that has crab meat and cheese. Pasta and breadsticks. Yum. Chell's pizza and bread. Okay, I think we got them all. All right, great. So let me think. You guys, mine is, and I'm going to wash my hands because we're going to get this cooking going. But mine has to be, and I know this might sound weird, but breakfast is a comfort food for me because it's a way that you can show the people in your household that you love them, right? That you are here for them. You're going to start their day off right. So, comfort food has always been like really connected to eating and love. Okay, yeah, give us all the carbs. So somebody asked about the baking dishes, and you guys, I have a wide variety in the shop today, but let me show you. So we have the large mix, Jessica, okay? We have the medium blend, okay? And then the one that I'm using right now for cheese is the Enjoy. And for storage purposes, they fit perfectly together. Okay. So I hope that answered your question. Let me know if you need anything else. Okay. So thank you for asking that. All right. And you guys, I will use the products that I sell, but I do wash them. Okay. And also do me a favor and check the show notes. There's a lot of important things in there talking about pre-bids, promotions, and all the things. All right. Oh, of course. And Jessica, if you want to go in and put in pre-bids, I have tried to really make those a fair price. So check them out. All right, everybody, let's get going. So if you look at the recipe, we're going to put up the giveaway first, and then we're going to get cooking. All right, it is 7-7. Here we go. Again, the recipe is in the shop for $2. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Smock. Hi, Sam. You guys, I am Lori. All right, first giveaway is for a inspirational shopping list. So jump in the giveaway. I will be giving away 2 free recipes today, but we're going to start with the shopping list. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Tigers, welcome in. You guys are just in time for the sausage and hash brown breakfast bake. So we washed our hands, then we preheated the oven to 375 today. And now we're gonna grease a 9x13. Hi, Kat. How you doing? What's up? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So we're going to grease the Yum 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 Ray Dunn 13x9. And you guys, this is for sale. It is in the shop. All right, so we're gonna grease this. And while I'm doing that, I want to ask you a question. Here we go. Let's go from the Ray Dunn Fun category. If you are a Ray Dunn collector, do you collect by color, season, or theme? If you are a Ray Dunn collector or any type of a collector, let's just throw that out there. Do you collect by color, season, or theme? April, theme, Bob, season. So tell me if you're any type of a collector, let me know and then I'll go through. Okay, so I put a little olive oil in the bottom of my pan. And the way my mom always taught me was I just grab a paper towel and then I just take the olive oil and I just grease her up really good. Okay, so grease her up really good because sometimes the egg bakes can stick a little bit. Okay. Now, the other thing that you don't want to do, which I think a lot of people do, is you take this greased pan and you set it on the oven. Think about that for a minute. Your oven is preheating and you got this grease on your pan. It kind of dries it up and sets it a little bit. So I always put mine on the counter while I'm preparing my other things. Okay. Hi, Susan. All right, we're going to stop for a minute and see how do you guys collect Ray Dunn or any type of collectibles. So April says theme, Bob says season. Sarah, a little fun mix of all, but more season and theme. Melissa, season. Heidi, all. Sweet Child's theme. Karen, hey, little sis. Okay, I'm just based on what I like. Hi, Helen. Welcome in. How you doing? Hi, Trahan. Welcome in. Jessica, started with only wanting the sellers, and now I want everything. Eclectic, I guess. Season is all year and everything. I love this. Laura, all three colors, season, and theme. All. Good morning. Susan, how do you collect? Is it by color, season, or theme? All right. And then my mod said, are we all Ray Dunn collectors? Why or no? And if you're a no, tell us what other types of things that you collect. All right, we're going to get going. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to cook the sausage. Now, you're going to notice that in my base recipe that I created with the help of AI, I use sausage in mine because that's what I prefer. But if you prefer bacon, you could always crisp up your bacon and use that for the egg bake as well. All right. So we're going to switch the camera and we're going to go over and we're going to get the sausage going because we do this from start to finish. All right. So let me move you over here. All right. And let's see. There is the pan. And I'm going to grab 1 pound of sausage. And I prefer, for me, I like the Bob Evans. I like the Bob Evans hot, but my husband doesn't like anything hot. So I have to just use the original. Okay, so we're going to get a knife. We're going to open up the Bob Evans sausage and we're going to get it rocking and rolling. Okay, so I'm going to turn my oven on. And I know the sausage does have a little bit of grease, but when it initially gets in that hot pan, it sometimes can stick. Ren found it. You're gonna you're going to win the inspirational shopping list. Oh, thanks, Karen. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna open up the sausage. Does Ray Dunn make frying pans? I mean, she makes everything else. And you guys, because it's in a tube, I am going to use my fingers to break it up because I want this chopped up pretty well. Yeah, I thought she did, Heidi. I've had the knives and I've had, a bunch of the utensils, but not pans. I bet you could go on Amazon and probably find the pans. All right, I'm going to wash my hands real quick. All right. All right, so we're going to turn this up to about 6. We're going to get that going. You guys know I'm a neat chef, so I'm going to throw that away. And I usually have some type of a towel around my shoulder. So, hi, Rebecca, welcome in. Hi, Marina, how you doing? All right, so let me get a clean towel because you don't want one that's just been hanging out. So the sausage is going, and then we're going to talk about what's next, okay? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Okay. Also, don't forget, sorry, this phone is being goofy. Get out of there. All right, let me just put a little emoji in there. All right, here we go. All right, your next little conversation question, well, I'm going to show you what is going to go into my sausage and hash brown bake is, are you sunset or sunrise? Sunset person, sunrise person. All right, let's get all of the other fixings. All right, so in mine, oh, thanks, Rebecca. Thank you for the purchase out of the bin. All right, so I'm going to put chopped tomatoes in mine. You can see the Ray Dunn Munch Bowl. And I'm going to have to move that to the other side, but that's okay. Then I am going to put chopped red pepper. Hi, Juliet. Welcome in. Chopped red pepper, and that is in the Blessed Raven cereal bowl. Then I am going to use a half of an onion. Okay, there is, and that is in the Happy with the yellow interior cereal bowl. All right, and sausage and hash brown. And what did I do? Oh my goodness, you guys. This is so funny. And this is real life. I forgot to buy another bag of hash browns because I used them. So we're going to use just some leftover hash browns. So mine's not going to have a lot of hash browns, but that's okay. The best thing about this type of bake, mainly it started to become popular in the 1950s, 1960s. And what people would use it for is that they would use up all of the things in their refrigerators. Like, so your tomatoes don't go bad. You have a green pepper that needs to be used. You have some meat that you need to use up. And so that's kind of how these breakfast bakes or breakfast casseroles came to be. All right. And I am going to go back. I want to see what you guys like, sunset and sunrise. But you guys, I can't forget about the sausage here. Okay. And you know the sausage, it's going to take a little bit. All right. So we're going to let that cook a little bit. And that's the first thing that we need to do. All right. So sorry I have to turn the camera so much, but I don't have a camera person. Maybe someday. All right. So let's see. April, sunrise. Ren is both. Laura is both. Heidi is sunrise. Juliet is sunset. Rebecca is sunrise. Powwow is sunset. Chels is sunset. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hi, Misty. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Brett. All right, we're going to put up the second giveaway, which is for, hi, how you doing, Noelle? Welcome in. You're just in time. We have the oven is preheated to 375. We have our veggies chopped, and we're cooking sausage. Welcome in. All right, so let me run the first recipe giveaway. I always forget I can do that from my phone because I don't. All right, it's running. If you would like a copy of this week's recipe, get in the giveaway and I will send you a hard copy. All right. So I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with my breakfast bake. Oh, hi, Heather. Thank you. You're so sweet. Welcome in. I appreciate you guys all being here. Everybody take a nice drink of your coffee or tea. And the next question is, are you team coffee, or are you team tea? Team coffee or team tea? All right. Sausage is looking good. Looking good. We want to brown it on one side and then we want to chop it up. We don't want big chunks of the sausage in there. We want smaller chunks. And also, if you were doing bacon, if you decided to use bacon for this, you have to have it crisp. Nobody wants fatty bacon pieces in their breakfast casserole. So, what is this perfect for? I will tell you. I already shared with you guys that breakfast is a really good comfort food for me. And when I was growing up, my mom, she would always make us a big breakfast and it was just the best. But tomorrow I am hosting my daughter's friends. So my daughter, my grandson, and then my daughter's friend and her two kids. You guys, all of the kids are 2 and under. And I also want to treat these young moms. So this breakfast bake is going to be prepared. So when they come over, all we have to do is heat it up. It makes it easy. It also helps for those of you, you guys, how many of you, just by a yes, how many of you, when you are having people over and you're preparing something for them, how many of you guys get a little stressed out about that? Put a Y in the chat. Put a Y in the chat if that stresses you out. Okay. Yeah, I figured there was a lot. Like Noelle, I know you cook a lot and you're comfortable with that, but a lot of people are just very apprehensive. I enjoy it too. But I know a lot of people are really apprehensive. So, what I like about this week's recipe is that this is something that you can prepare ahead of time. You can prepare, and you'll see at the bottom of the recipe, assemble the casserole right before, cover and refrigerate overnight, and bake the next morning. And all you want to do is add just a little bit more baking time, and then you're not stressed out because everything is already prepared. So that's why I like to do casseroles a lot of the times because you can prepare it ahead of time. All right, let's go back and see what I missed. Welcome in, everybody. You guys, my name's Lori, and I'm Lori Kinshap. I sell Ray Dunn, and once a week I do a cooking and conversation with Ray Dunn items. Please check the shop. There are tons of items that will be for sale today. Also, there are many, many items in the buy it now. All right. Team coffee. So team coffee, let's see. I'm team coffee, of course. Team coffee. But easy beats rush every day. Isn't that the truth? Hi, Luce. Hi, Cynthia. Mandy, welcome in. Misty, I'm not sure if I said hi to you. Thanks for being here, everybody. And Mar, Duff, welcome in, everybody. All right, so our sausage, let's look. Or Team Coco, I forgot that one. All right. So the sausage is starting to break up really nicely. All right. And the other thing that you can do, let's just say maybe you don't want to prepare it ahead of time. You can do what I did is I chopped everything the night before and I put it in Ray Dunn little cereal bowls and put saran wrap over top, and they're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. Hi, Richard. Hi, Mel. 5 seconds. Who is going to win this week's recipe? And the winner is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I will be sending you the week 5 recipe. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations. Yes, thank you so much. You're welcome. All right. So this is looking really good. I do know that I want it. It's almost done. Okay. There's still a little bit of red. Now, there's not much oil in here at all. And what I want to do is I want to saute all of the vegetables. And for me, I'm going to dump everything in right in with the sausage. I'm not going to dirty up another pan. So you will see it says drain excess grease. Again, there is hardly anything. And a lot of times, sometimes that little bit of grease adds flavor. So I don't necessarily want to take it away. And plus, with all of the vegetables and things that I'm going to put in this, it's going to be perfect. All right. So it says if using onions, mushrooms, spinach, whatever it is, you're going to dump it in, and I'm going to dump it right into the pan with the sausage. Okay. So I have about a half cup of chopped onion. I have 1 red pepper. I have just a small tomato. I'm hoping the kids will eat it with the tomato in there. Okay. And the recipe called for the frozen hash browns because you're going to take the hash browns and we're going to put them in the bottom of our baking dish. So I'm going to take these and put them over there. We're eventually going to move over to the counter and we're just going to do our best with what I have left of the hash browns. So I'm going to put those over there. All right. So next week, I was thinking about doing one of my favorite vintage cookbook recipes. I think that's what I might do next week. I have an old Girl Scout cookbook that my mom purchased when I was a kid. And then she gave it to me and I use it all of the time. So yeah, you guys can come over anytime. And you guys know I got a pool this year too. All right, so this needs to saute for about 5 minutes. Okay. So now we're going to move over to the counter and you guys, just because I'm doing a show, I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes so that I don't forget that this is on the stove top. All right. So we're going to move over here and we're going to get the egg portion going. Okay. Because why not save some time? Okay. While other things are going on, I don't have to wait for that to be done. I can just come over and get the eggs cracked and get that stirred up. Okay. All right. So let me ask you a question while I'm getting that done. And let's see. All right. You guys pick a category for me. Hi, nurse. How are you? Hi, Joni. Sterner. You guys, my name's Lori and I'm Lori Conchep. Today is Cooking and Conversation, Ray Dunn style. And we are making sausage and hash brown breakfast bake. If you would like the recipe, it is $2 and it is pinned below. All right. Do you guys want a this or that question? Or this or that, or memories? In the bot, hi Narbot, this or that, or memories? What category do you guys want your next question from? Put in the chat and I'm going to grab the eggs. This or that, or memories? This or that, or memories? Or don't you care? All right. Thank you, Misty. Misty, you said memories. And okay, Noelle said this or that. The next answer, that's going to be the category. Memories or this or that. Hi, Mary. Welcome in. This or that, or memories. All right, Julia, thank you. All right, memories. All right, let's see. These are really good. All right, let's talk about it since we're doing cooking. Who taught you how to cook? Who taught you how to cook? Mine is my mom. My mom. All right, so we have the Ray Dunn Yum 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 9 by 13 baking dish. Next, we're going to use the large mixing bowl, which is 10 inches in diameter. And we need 10 eggs. Okay, we need 10 eggs. The sausage is going well. Okay, we need 10 eggs. Now, I don't claim to be the best cracker of eggs, but it's okay. We're going to do it. So we need 10. And this is a really good time to do that because we have 2 minutes until our sausage and onion mixture will be done. I'm going to have my husband show me how to do the one-handed egg crack so I can be fancy for you guys. But I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And I just don't like the way eggs feel on my hands. But we have to do it. Okay, we're at 5. 6. 7. I almost dropped it in there. 8 and 9 and 10. And I forgot to put my music on today, but that's okay. All right, now I need to wash my hands. All right, let's see. If you're just popping in, who taught you how to cook? Who taught you how to cook? So I'm going to go backwards. Actually, Grandma used to put me to work. I love that. Laura, my mother-in-law, Sweet Charles, mom and grandma, Juliet, mom, powwow, mom. All right, awesome. Anybody else? Anybody else? Who taught you how to cook? Is there anybody that never really learned how to cook? That was the one thing, and that's the one thing. I'm a high school English teacher by trade, and I noticed that a lot of my students, they don't have those soft skills. When I ask them about cooking or cleaning or laundry, those types of things, they don't. Thank you, Elizabeth. They don't know how to do those things. And I remember, not that my kids are the best cooks, but my daughter makes, meals for her family, and she's a good little cook. She's actually a really good baker. Yeah, very rare, isn't it? My son, he has a couple dishes that he can make. But we have to, I hope, continue to give our kids those soft skills. Good morning, Chapin Mama. You are popping in to the sausage and hash brown breakfast bake. And Noelle, no pressure, but I am going to mod you. I hope no pressure, but I really appreciate you. Okay, so let's go over. So our sausage and vegetables, I think you guys can see that, is about done. Okay, and it's going to bake. Those vegetables will continue to bake once we put it in the oven. So we don't want to make them mushy. All right, but we want to make sure that whatever meat we're using, I'm using sausage, we want to make sure that that's in little chunks because we want that to evenly distribute throughout our breakfast bake. And so now I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to move that off of the heat and I'm going to let it set because I want you guys to think eggs. Okay, I want you guys to think eggs. We don't want to put a super hot vegetable sausage into eggs. Okay, we don't want that curdling or, we don't want it to do anything. So it probably would have been a good idea for me to prepare that earlier, but I like to do the whole shebang pretty much with you guys. So welcome in. Hi, bag lady. How are you? All right, let's see. My mom never wanted anyone else in the kitchen. Us kids would do the cleanup. Yeah. You know what? My dad canned and he made like jellies and those types of things. And I always wanted to learn how to make the strawberry jam. And he never taught me because he didn't want us in the kitchen and he always got so angry. Yeah, so you guys can relate to that. You guys, I have to wipe my nose. It's running for some reason. And now I have a garden in my backyard and I wish my dad would have taught me some of those skills. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Time for cake. Give me the pot. All right. So we have the 10 eggs in our bowl. I'm going to grab a whisk. I wish I had a Ray Dunn whisk, but I have sold all of the ones that I've had. Okay. And we're going to whisk the eggs together. And I'm just going to get the eggs going first. And then we're going to add the other ingredients. We're going to add milk. We're going to add some sour cream. And we're going to jazz this up along with some seasoning. Okay. Now, the recipe calls for garlic powder and onion powder. I'm not going to use onion powder in mine because I already have onions. But if you don't want to put chopped onions, but you like the flavor of onions, just follow the recipe and put the onion powder in there. So I'm going to add my garlic powder, which is 1 teaspoon. I sold the Ray Dunn teaspoon last week. So we're going to use some garlic. Ooh, I almost put a tablespoon in, you guys. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. All right, let's just put, that's right. That's right. All right, so we want 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, and then we want a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. And you guys, I love smoked paprika. All right, I'm going to put up another giveaway for a shopping list. Hi, Ruben. Thank you for being here. Shelb, thanks for being here. Hi, midday or midday. I don't know. I'm sorry. It looks like midday, but it's midday. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for being here. My name's Lori, and I'm Lori Can Shop, and we're doing cooking and conversation, and we are making a sausage and hash brown egg bake. All right, so 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, and I like smoked paprika. Plus, you guys, paprika always gives such a pretty color to everything. All right, so we're gonna mix up those spices. We're gonna mix them up. We're whisking them in the Ray Dunn mix bowl. Hope everybody's having a good day. I sure appreciate you guys being here. And if you like this, please bookmark and follow some of my future shows. I have been doing this every Tuesday. Yeah, thanks for sharing the show. Hi, God, cousin Carl. How are you? All right, now we want to get the milk and sour cream. So I had a big container of sour cream, and I just put it in a container. And I thought, oh, I could use that today. So we need for milk, 1 cup of milk. And I'm using my Ray Dunn measuring cups. These are not for sale, just because I want to use them for my show. So to the egg mixture, we're going to add 1 cup. I just have 2%. Oftentimes, I will use 1/2 and 1/2, but I only have 2%, so we're going to use that. And then we want to put a little bit of sour cream in there for extra creaminess. This is optional. If you don't have sour cream and you want to make the bake, don't worry about it. No pressure. No pressure. And we just want to use, I don't know why I'm going over there. We just want to use a 1/2 cup of sour cream. And you guys, you can see it is a good idea that I started the egg mixture, taking my time, and that's allowing the sausage and the vegetables to kind of cool. Hi, Amberly. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm going to use one of those. All right, let's ask another question. Let's do, all right, this is a good one. What is one food that you'll never eat? What is one food that you'll never eat? Still time to get in the giveaway for a shopping list. All right, and we're going to add a 1/2 cup of sour cream. And that looks like about all I have left. What is one food that you will never eat? All right, and then I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup of sour cream, which is optional. But I started adding sour cream to my bakes And it really does add a little bit of creaminess. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Powwow. So you're going to eliminate. That is awesome. Sour cream. That is funny. That is so funny. Let's see, what is one food that you guys will never eat? Or maybe let's say maybe you've tried a particular food and you don't like it. Oh, Heather, I don't like anchovies either. Mm-mm. My dad used to always want to get that on the pizza. All right, and guys, you don't want to go crazy with this. And you could use a mixer, a blender, not a blender, a mixer, but you guys, it might get all over. So I like the idea of hand whisking this and use your muscles. All right, and we also have to add salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to grab that. Who's going to win the shopping list? Powwow Farmer. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Congratulations. All right, so salt. And you guys, when you use salt, you're going to think, oh, I've oversalted it. Nope, you want to salt it again. I guarantee you want to salt it again. Okay. All right. So the one thing in here, I should have set the sour cream out because it is a little bit harder to make sure that it gets, not so clumpy, but it is okay. All right. And then we're going to add some pepper to taste. I always like the fresh ground pepper. All right. And let's see if we have everything. So if you look at the recipe, I always like to go through and scan. You're welcome. Hi, official Tim Hortons. So the hash browns, you will need 1 bag of frozen, or you guys could use kind of the fresh hash browns that you can buy, or you could shred your own. I thought about doing that. I just didn't have time. You need 1 pound of breakfast sausage or bacon, 8 large eggs. I used 10 because I didn't read the recipe. 2 cups of shredded cheddar, which I have already shredded myself. 1 cup of milk. You need 1/2 cup of sour cream, which is optional if you want your bake a little bit creamier. You want garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and salt to taste. And so we have all of that taken care of. All right. And we're going to whisk that a little bit more because we want this very creamy. The sour cream will melt as it bakes. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much done. We're going to get these spices out of the way. Okay. And then we want to prepare the bottom of the baking dish. So here's where your hash browns come into play. All right. And you're going to see that I'm really going to be skimpy with mine because I forgot to purchase them because I made my mom breakfast. She spent the night after the 4th of July. But normally you're going to just take your frozen potatoes or your fresh potatoes and you're going to put them at the bottom of that greased 13x9 pan. And you guys, yes, this beautiful Ray Dunn Yum 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 is in the auction tab, and we will be selling items at the end. So I'm just going to do my best with what I have. And it just so happens these have a little bit of cheese. My potatoes are going to be a little bit skimpy in my bake, but that's the best thing about it, you guys. Let's say you have a situation like mine. That's why casseroles and breakfast bakes were created. They're created so that we don't waste food. For me, it's very difficult to look in the refrigerator and see that I haven't used something that I purchased for a particular reason. And that's why I like casseroles. Try to look in your refrigerator today and see what could you put in your breakfast bake. Pretty much sky's the limit. Any combo would be great. So you can see at the bottom, I have my hash browns, not too shabby. It's just not covered, but that'll be okay. That'll be okay. All right. All right. Now we want to put our sausage vegetable mixture on top of the hash browns. All right, and you guys, my pan is super heavy, so I need to put it on a hot pad. Now we're going to start to assemble this. Okay, so I have my cooked sausage, and I used chopped onion, chopped red pepper, and chopped tomato. Okay, and now we're going to take this mixture and we're going to put it on top of the potato. And I would use a slotted spoon or some type of a spatula that has slots on the bottom, because like the moisture from the vegetables will create water, and you don't want that in your bake. Okay, so I'm going to use the slotted spatula for this. And that also helps to eliminate with any extra grease that maybe I don't want. All right, so you can see it kind of just, well, it's hard to see, but it drips out. So the slotted spatula or slotted spoon trick is a really good idea at this point. Okay. And you're just going to cover the potatoes. And I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, let's do, I have one more recipe. Get in the giveaway for if you want to. I don't like when I go to shows and they say, get in the giveaway, get in the giveaway. If you would like a free recipe of this week, please get the giveaway. If not, no problem. All right. And we also, this is a good time for you to make sure that the sausage parts are chopped up finer than, big old clumps. And you guys, it smells so good. I love like fresh vegetables mixed in with breakfast meat. And you might have a little bit left. You don't want to make it too, but mine is pretty close, you guys. I did not overdo it with the vegetables. I did not overdo it with the meat. And here's the other cool thing I forgot to mention. If you're vegetarian, you don't have to put any meat in there. All right, so that is on top. Put that pan in there and let me show you what it looks like before we put the eggs on, okay? There you go. What do you guys think? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Do you guys, many of you have probably made a breakfast bake. Maybe there's some new things. All right. All right, you guys are getting quiet in the chat. Let me ask you guys another question. Here we go. Let's see. This or that. This or that. Butter or jam? Butter or jam? Did you put butter on your toast or jam on your toast? Okay. Now we want to sprinkle a little bit. So we have 2 cups. It said shredded cheddar, and I have shredded cheddar and then white cheddar. Okay. So, and I just mixed it, and I always like to shred my own. I'm a firm believer. I don't like to buy the cheese in the bag because it has that clumping agent in there, number one, and it just doesn't seem to melt the best way. It doesn't seem to melt as good as it does when you shred it yourself. But again, no judgment. For time crunch, sometimes we need to buy bagged cheese. Hi, Green Daisy, welcome in. Hi, Savannah. We're just putting together our breakfast bake. So 2 cups of cheese, and I'm going to put a little bit on top of the sausage and the vegetable mixture. Or if you're vegetarian, you're just going to put it on top of your vegetables. Okay. All right, so there we have it. And then next is our egg mixture. Next is our egg mixture. I'm going to whisk that up really well. And I used too many eggs. So you guys, I'm not going to pour all of it over top. Hi, Kay Hutchins. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you, friend, for coming in. I have my cute pants on. Look, I don't know if you can see, but I have my cute pants on today from you. We are making a hash brown or sausage and hash brown breakfast bake this morning. Thank you for your purchase of the recipe. All right, so now we're going to take the egg mixture and we're going to pour it over top. And you guys, I'm just going to see if it would be okay. I used 10 eggs. The recipe calls for 8. Last week, I made a couple modifications after I went through. And you guys, you would be okay. You would be okay with 10 eggs. Again, if you're making this for a larger group, you may want to double the batch. Okay. Yeah, thanks for being here, you guys. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure, yeah, it's perfect. I want to make sure all parts are good. And then we're going to top it with cheese. And then we're going to put it in the oven. And then we're going to look at some Dunn items. All right. So we take the rest of the cheese. And you know what else? Before I do that, I always like to do one more round of salt and pepper. Again, if you don't like a lot of seasoning, that's fine. But you guys, I think so many people who won the recipe, who won, Noel. I always think that sometimes food could be really good, but people are missing out on the seasoning portion of it. All right. And you know, I'm also going to add just a little bit of seasoned salt on the top. Just a little, not a lot. Just to give it a little bit of, I love seasoned salt. I love it. All right, and I got to go back to see what you guys would pick, butter or jam. All right, now I'm going to put the rest of the shredded cheese on top. Thank you guys for being here. This is such a fun show. I absolutely love it. The other thing I want you guys to be careful of is over cheesing. Do you guys think there's such a thing as over cheesing? I know some of you might say no, but when you make recipes, and I have to say, you guys, especially casseroles, I think there is such a thing as over cheesing. And I'll give you an example. My family loves my lasagna. And one time I made it, and you guys, I over cheesed it. You couldn't taste the noodles. You couldn't taste the sauce. You couldn't taste anything because it was over cheesed. It was over cheesed. All right. So it is ready. It is ready. We're going to put it in the oven for 50 to 60 minutes, 375 degrees. All right, here we go. And we're going to put the timer on. All right. Okay, and I always start at the lowest amount of time because I want to check it. All right, the timer is going. And there you have it, you guys. Now we have, it says bake for 50 to 60 minutes or until the center is set and a knife comes clean. Kind of like we did with the oatmeal cake last week. We want to check it. We don't want anything on the toothpick. And then we want to let it set for 10 minutes. Easy peasy. And of course, at the end, I'm going to try it. All right. So any questions about the recipe? I want to go through and see if you guys would be, I've been asking questions. Butter or jam? All right, let's see. Jessica is butter. Noelle is both. Elizabeth is butter. Laura both. Powwow Farmer both. April jelly and jam. And to top it with plain yogurt on your toast, Noelle? That's interesting. Thanks. Thank you so much. I love my pants. All right. Oh, Jessica, you won the recipe. Jessica B, you're getting a free recipe. Hi, Tattoo Mama. How are you? All right. Okay. So now we're going to look in the shop. I'm going to show you guys if there are some pre-bids. Take a look at the shop for a minute. I need to grab what did I do with my coffee? I'm going to, if you want to place any pre-bids, now is a great time to do that. Also, if you have any requests, let me know. Again, there's never any pressure to purchase if you would like to see something up close. The only thing that I can't show you right now is the Yum 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 pan because I'm actually baking with it. All right, there's my coffee. All right, let's take a look at the shop. I'm going to look at the pre-bids first after I wipe the counter. And then we're going to look at some mugs. Look at some mugs here. And we need to clean this space up. Max shipping too, guys, is on. The most you will pay is $9.21 and I will pick up the rest. And that's usually 2 small purchases get you into free shipping or one of the heavier items. All right, now we have a clean place to look at all the things. Okay. Let's look and see if we have any pre-bids. And I want to thank you guys again for being here. All right, we do. So we're going to start with the bake mixing bowl. Again, some of these things are going to go into the dishwasher. Oh, Jessica, thank you so much. I have an absolute blast with it. All right, let me rinse this out. It will be washed thoroughly. I promise. But we can show it here. All right, here is the mix. The mix. This is the 10-inch in diameter. Hi, Jan. Welcome in. Hi, Mel. Hi, Cindy. You guys, welcome in. This is Cooking and Conversation Ray Dunn style with me, Lori. All right, here is the mix bowl. There are just a few, ooh, there's some drippy water. Just a few little spoon marks. But overall, this is in really great condition. 10 inches in diameter. And it's running right now. Thank you so much, Jessica, for the pre-bid. It's running right now. This is the large 10-inch mixing bowl. These are also good for display pieces. I turned the big one upside down and put the small ones on the top. Jessica, that's going to you. Thank you so much. I need to wipe my arm. Let me wipe that out a little bit more for you. And like I said, I do wash everything. You can ask anybody who has been in my show before. I always wash all of the items. Stick around, guys. You're going to see a live taste test of the breakfast bake. All right, next. Oh, this is a beauty, you guys. This was really hard for me to put in the shop, but I'm so glad that there's somebody that sees it, wants it. You guys, look at this lasagna pan. This is the first time that I've ever come across this. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. The large lasagna pan The dimensions on this are 14 by 9.5, and that's the actual baking space. Perfect for lasagna or any of those noodle casseroles. It's big boy. It's big boy. And it's running right now. Thank you so much, Heather. It is absolutely, thank you guys for your bids. It's absolutely amazing. It's not easy to find. I've never found one. And I just recently found one and tried to start it at a reasonable price for you guys. Thank you so much for the bids. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, April, I noticed that. I tried to really, Heather, thank you so much. Good grab on that one. Do you already have one, Heather? I have, that was the first time. I try to really start the prices reasonable, especially for the cooking show for you guys. Heather, good grab. Thank you so much. That was really hard for me because my specialty is lasagna, but you know, that's why I'm here. I'm trying to find things for all of you, just like Heather is. Okay, let's see. I just learned lasagna. Lasagna is so good, but you can over cheese it, you guys. I will argue with you because I've done it. All right, let's look at this cute little flour sifter. There's a pre-bid. It is so cute. The black is not always easy to find. You guys, this has never been used. This was for display only. The Ray Dunn logo is not on here, but I'm like 99.9%. Usually it's on some type of a tag. This is Ray Dunn. I have sold other sifters before. I would never claim that something is Ray Dunn if it's not. All right, the sifter is running right now. Super cute, black with the white lettering. Thank you so much for your bid. Super cute. Hi, Mimi, welcome in. We are cooking and conversation, and right now we're selling some Ray Dunn. Jessica, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And we are going to try the hash brown sausage and hash brown breakfast bake. All right, next. Okay, buyer's choice. So I have stir. Let's see, are those the same size? You guys, I think these might be a little bit different. Hold on a minute. This is the one. The stir is a little bit smaller. Yeah. So the blend, I mean, I'll still do it as buyer's choice, but the blend is bigger. That's probably the one that you want for the bigger bowl. Let me do it one more time. The blend is 9 inches in diameter, and the stir is 8.5. Yeah, the stir is 8.5. It's just a little bit smaller. They both will work. So buyer's choice, blend or stir. The stir is just a 1/2 inch smaller in diameter. 1/2 inch. Running right now, buyer's choice. Blend or stir. Thank you, Jessica. And you can choose which one you like, and then I can run the other one. Blend or stir is the medium size bowl, either 9 or 8. Jessica, thank you so much. Jessica, which one would you like? Blend or stir? Okay, you got it. I saw anything with Mimi. I might. I need to check my mugs. Yes, I sure will. I need to check my mugs. I might have a #1 Mimi. I'll just have to run into the other room if you don't mind waiting. Tracy, welcome in, Tracy. All right. And then don't forget, well, I'll do that one next. Stir is 8.5. 8.5 inches in diameter. Just a little bit smaller, medium size, running right now. Stir. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you. Oh, you have the mug. Tracy, I think that's all that I have. I don't see Mimi a lot. Do you have the one? I think it might be Jessica. Thank you so much. I don't remember which one it is. I can look if you want. Good grab. I'm back. Jessica, you're getting some good stuff, girl. Sorry about that phone call. Oh. All right, we have 38 more minutes left for, oh, this is cute. So I asked you about butter and jam, but look at this cute little jam and jelly set. So this is the matte black. Matte black, it comes on the wooden tray. You guys, they are stuck on there, but it has just that sticky stuff that people use for display. But they have the little ceramic lids. Hi, Sassy. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I do the cooking and conversation every Tuesday at 10:15, and then I do the selling after. They have the little spoons. They still have the Dunn tags on them. These were used just for display. It comes with the wooden tray. And it's running right now. You get the jam and the jelly. Hi, Christy. Thank you so much for the bid. Jam and jelly, little jars with the wooden tray. Super cute. Thank you so much. And Christy, that's coming to you. Thank you so much. Those are so cute. My son-in-law always says Ray Dunn always like steps it up a notch. It always makes you look a little bit more bougie than maybe you are. Hi, Dixie Pixie. How are you? I love that name. Welcome in. All right, I'm going to put up, I think I have one more giveaway. Nope, I have two more. Giveaway for a cute little inspirational shopping list since we're talking about cooking. And we're going back to the pre-bids. Christy is getting cute little jelly jars or jelly. Welcome in. Hi, Christine. Next, another baking dish. You guys, I was very fortunate with my last lot to get a lot of baking dishes. So the Yum 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 is the one that I have the casserole in. You guys saw the condition, great condition, perfect 9x13. I hope you're okay with that, but that one is in the oven. I will wash it up and it will come to you just like new. All right, it's running right now. That is the one, Heather, you know that's the one in the oven, correct? I figure you guys are okay with it, but hi, Bob, welcome in. Hi, Burton. Hi, Winnie. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Heather, thank you for the bid. You're getting the Yum 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 with your lasagna. All right. There's that, and I will put that right inside the lasagna pan so I don't forget. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Heather. How's everything with you? All right, the next one is the, let's see. I already did the mix. Oh, you guys, did I have the bake one? Let me edit this real quick. Hold on a second. The next one is, it says mix. I'm not sure. I want to check in with the person that placed a pre-bid on this one. I'm not sure if I had it in there twice. The other 10-inch, is bake. The other 10-inch is bake. Is the person that put, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. All right, here we go. You're getting them all, girl. All right, there we go. Bake is running right now. I just wanted to make sure. Bake is another 10-inch bowl. Bake. Yes, Jessica, these are so nice. They're nice and heavy. bake is running right now. Thank you so much, Jessica. You are getting that one. I appreciate it. Oh. Okay, we'll do that. And you guys, I do have one more large bowl. I don't know. I think I put it in here. Hold on a second. And I want to tell you guys what I did. Hi, Patty. Hi, Paddington. Welcome in. I used the Christmas bowl on the 4th of July. Next, we're going to look at some mugs, and then we'll look at some other items. If you want to check out the shop, if you want to see something up close, let me know. But I have one more large bowl. You guys, look at this one. So it's perfect for Christmas. It says Christmas cookies. It is the 10-inch bowl. But you guys, you know what I did for 4th of July? Look, I just turned it and I put my potato salad in there. Nobody knew. And so you could use it for other events, turn it, use it, and then at Christmas, you have the Christmas cookies. So just an idea. It's the reason that I put it in here today because it can be for other events. That one's running right now. Christmas cookies, 10-inch large mixing bowl. Christmas cookies. And then I used it for the 4th of July. Thank you so much for your bid. I appreciate you. It is great. Christmas cookies, save it. And then that is going to H. Trahan. First purchase. Thank you so much. You guys, I got to get the M&M guy. I got a new M&M guy. Hold on. All right. Let's get, oh, so I got a new M&M guy. Here he is, the M&M guy. And you won the giveaway. All right, so for first purchases, the only thing I don't like about this is a bunch of M&Ms come out. Let's see, H. Trahan, that's for you. Thank you for your first purchase. Let's put candy in the chat. And you get peanut or plain M&Ms with your bowl. Thank you so much. What would you like? It's hard to remember to bring everything out in the kitchen. Plain or peanut for you. Thank you for your first purchase. Let's see. You got it. Thank you for coming to my show. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. All right. That is a good grab. And like I said, it has dual purposes, not just for Christmas. You guys, I smashed an M&M on the way in here. Totally smashed it. All right. Let's see what else we would like to show. All right, no more pre-bids. So I'm going to show you, I usually do 9 mugs in a little like shelf that I have. So we're going to look at the 9 mugs and see if you guys have any interest in these. If you are new to Ray Dunn, most of us say it started with 1 mug. It always starts with 1 mug, and then the collection just comes. Put it a Y in the chat if you started your Ray Dunn collection with 1 mug. 1 mug. All right, welcome in. Hi, Monica. So we're going to do the first row. The first row of mugs. And you guys, max shipping is on. So once you pay $9.21, I pick up the rest. Okay. So number 1 today is good morning. This is your traditional Ray Dunn mug. Good morning. Good morning. Traditional Ray Dunn. Who does not want to start their day with a good morning? Who doesn't want to start their day? Good morning. is running. Who would like a good morning mug? You guys, these are even cute to put flowers in. Good morning. All righty. Next in the lineup this morning is this cutie that says, hello, beautiful. Look at how cute. And then look at the detail of that beat. This one is brand new with the tags. These are great for gifts for people. You put a gift card and their favorite candy in the ear, and they're perfect. Hello, beautiful. Brand new with the tag. Running right now, hello, beautiful. And I just love that little ceramic beat there. Super cute. Hello, beautiful. Add a packet of cocoa. That's perfect. Great idea. And then the last one in row 3 is out of office. Out of office. Think about using this when you're working just to remind people you're out of office today. You might be there, but you don't want them to bother you. Traditional Ray Dunn out of office. Out of office. All right. Thank you guys for looking at that first row. And you will see that most of my rows have a theme. So the next row is for the veterans and for people in the military. This would have been perfect for last week, but I just picked these up out of service. That's right. Yeah, you do. You need to drink that with Tracy, right? So first one, military dad. Military dad is running right now. Military dad. Military dad. Military dad is running. All righty. The next one in that row is brave. I always try to have a theme with the rows. The next mug today is brave. Brave is running 921 max shipping brave. And you guys, if you see something and you would like me to rerun it, just let me know. Melissa, thanks for being here. Hi, Renee. Hi, Daz. Thank you for being here. All right. And then the last one in that row is veteran. Veteran. And veteran is running right now. Veteran. You guys, thanks for popping in. Hi, Sharon. We are waiting for our breakfast bake to come out of the oven. Veteran. Thank you so much, Noelle. Veteran. Yay, that's going to you. Are you a veteran? May I ask? Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Are you? Well, thank you so much for your service. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, I did not know that about you. Thank you so much. My father, my stepbrother, my grandfather all served in the military. Mad respect. Thank you so much. All right, last row is more of our religious, holy, with kind of a summer vibe in the mix. A couple of these are a little bit more expensive because these are new. And that's the only reason that they're a little bit pricier. So the first one was new. I think this came out in the spring. Holy Grounds, brand new with the tag, green interior, Holy Grounds. So think about how cute that is. Holy Grounds, like coffee grounds. And it has a cute little tulip etching all the way around. Holy Grounds. All righty. The next one is another new one that I am so surprised it's still here. This is new for the summer. Sweet Summertime. This is a 2-sider. Sweet Summertime. You got an orange or a peach, and then it says Sweet Summertime. Super cute mug for the summer. Sweet Summertime. And finally, the last one, Pray. Welcome in. Hi, JBM. Hi, Renee. Hello. How are you? Hi, Michelle. The last one in the mix is Pray. And pray is running right now. We all need a reminder sometimes, and we all need a little bit of prayer. Pray. Pray is running. Hi, Leslie. How are you, my dear? All right. Let me know if you guys want to see any of the mugs out of the mix. There are 9. How you doing? Guys, I'm going to take a minute and check the bake. If you're just popping in, I did a cooking demonstration of a hash brown and sausage breakfast bake. The recipe is $2 in the buy it now if you would like to purchase, and I will send you a hard copy of the recipe. Also, week 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are all available for purchase as well. So thank you guys for being here. Mrs. Cromer, thank you for being here. Let me see here. OMG, you guys, it is looking amazing, but not ready. All right, right now, and what I do is I sell a lot of the Ray Dunn items that I use in the demonstration. So if you would like to be here from start to finish, please bookmark Cooking and Conversation next Tuesday at 10:15 and every Tuesday after that. I was just thinking this morning that I'm going to have to pick a time once school is in. I have a year and a half left, and then I will retire from being a high school teacher. And then I'll have the days like I do now. But thanks, Leslie. All right, so we did the mugs. Let's take a look at some other things I have in the shop. All right, I have this cool little slicer. I will be honest, I have never used it. I have never seen it. If any of my other Ray Dunners are in here, but how I think it works, you take the top off and it doesn't look like it was ever used. And let's say you have a potato, okay? You stick the potato this hard, this part is gonna stick in the potato. And then it looks like you just do this. And there's 2 different kind of slicers. So there's that one. And then, let's see. Oh, look, this comes off too. There's a whole bunch of different things. Oh, here we go. We're figuring it out on the fly. Okay, so that goes on the bottom if you want to use. There's different slicers that you can use. If you want the straight slice or a thicker slice here, but I have it. And I only have it for $6 just because I really don't know how it works. But I'm sure you could Google it. All right. Or if you want it for display, it's cute with your black display. All right. It's running the Ray Dunn slicer. Not exactly sure how it works, but I do know this would be the part that would hold the thing that you were slicing so you didn't cut your finger. All right. Thank you all. Again, not quite sure how that one works. All right. Let's look at, because we're seasoning all the time, I have pinch and dash. These would be great for salt and pepper. These would be great for your, special seasoning. They are matte white and they do come with the wooden lids. This one is a little bit lighter, a little bit discolored. But again, they are in good condition. They are stuck to the tray. The person that I got this last lot from had everything stuck to the tray, but it will come off. All you have to do is soak it. And for shipping purposes, I will do that ahead of time. All right. So this is, thank you, Noelle. I see that pre-bid. All right, that's running right now. Pinch and dash with the wooden tray, with the wooden covers. Really cute for all of your cooking needs. All right, thank you so much. And we have a pre-bid on number 30. Thank you for the pre-bids. I appreciate that. That helps guide me. Okay, let me go grab the plates. I'll be right back. All right, these are, thank you for waiting, you guys. Let me put up another giveaway. I think I have another one. Yep, I have one more. The last shopping list is running. You guys, the bake is smelling so good. All right, 4 melamine plates. Okay, the melamine, if you have never tried the Dunn melamine, they're great. They are the hard plastic. I don't know if you can see the Dunn logo. And these are matte black and they say delish. I put them in sets of 4. I thought that would be a nice way to sell them. So you get all 4. These are 10 inches in diameter. You guys, these are great and they're running. Thank you, Christy. Delish. All 4 of them say delish. These are perfect. You get all 4. And I love these. They're super lightweight. Christy, those are going to you. Good grab, my friend. You guys, I have a set. Mine are Eat, and I love them. We use these all summer long. We use them for dinner, for sandwiches. They're great. Christy, thank you, my dear. Thanks to all of you guys for being here. Hi, Shawnee. Welcome in. Hi, Con Jones. Jeanette, that's my middle name. Welcome in, Jeanette. Hey, Christy, you're getting those. Christy likes the black with the white. Those are very cool. I always wished my kitchen was such that that would look good. All right, maybe somebody else would like a set of 4. I have 2 more sets of 4. These are brand new. These are the matte white. So you get 4 plates that they don't break. I mean, they're amazing. So let me run these. Let me run those. And I put them in sets of 4 because who wants 1 plate? Right, Noelle? I've learned that from your shows. Like, put them together. Make people a set. All right, let's see. All right, so I have 2 sets. So here is 1 set with the dine. You get 4 melamine plates. I do not want 30 seconds. There we go. Running right now. 4 melamine. It is matte white, and they all say dine. And this is for a set of 4. And I have 2 sets. All right. Thank you guys. Let me know if anybody would like those plates. All right. Let's look at dip. Dip. This is a nice trade to have when you are entertaining. Like the 4th of July, I have a melamine one like this. No, it is attached, Sassy. It is attached, which I love. Hi, Miss Jen Hen. Good morning. How are you? So like if you're, sometimes when you have it on there in the chips, this one is on there for good. Brand new with the tag. Let me give you the dimensions. So it is 10 inches in diameter, and then the bowl is 5. The bowl is 5. Great for entertaining. It's running right now. Dip. And it does not come off. Thank you, Sassy. I like that. I'm assuming you do too, because I have had some mishaps. Sassy Scavenger, first purchase. Let's give it in the chat some candy. And the M&M guy says, thank you. 1 for you, Sassy. And you get peanut or plain M&Ms for your first purchase. What would you like? What would you like? Let me get some more peanut M&Ms here. I have, you guys, if you're new to my shows, I have a separate selling room, but I do all my cooking shows out here in the kitchen. Oh yeah, peanut for Sassy. That's going to you, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And thank you for your purchase. That is a good grab. All right, I got my towel everywhere. You guys, when I end this show, my kitchen looks like an explosion. I sure will. I wasn't going to do it, but since I made a purchase, I might as well, right? I know, Sassy. I get it. Who is going to win? Brandy. Brandy, welcome in. I didn't see you pop in. You're going to win the last little shopping list. Okay. Sassy is going to get the chip dip. And Sassy would like to see. Sassy, this is such a cutie pie. You notice that most of my mugs are $5. The only time I charge more is if they're brand new. If they're brand new, I love to give deals. Let's see. And let's make it $10 today. Let's do that because this has been, it's such a fun show. You guys are great for answering all my questions today. It's running right now. Sweet summertime, brand new. Thank you, Sassy Scavenger. I love your name too. That's awesome. That you have this. Oh, this is so cute. That'll be perfect. Thank you so much. That is going to you, my dear. Sassy. Let me know, guys, if there's anything else. I'm going to go through. We still have, I'm going to check. It says about 12 minutes. I have a feeling that in my oven, I have a confection oven, and I have a feeling that this might be done quicker. So I'm going to check it one more time. Oh my gosh, you guys, it looks so good. And I'm actually going to check it because I think the middle part, the eggs, it's still cooking, but the top is beautifully bronze. Yes, so you have, yes, Sassy. So now you have free shipping for the rest of the show. For me, it's usually 2 items and then you have free shipping. Yeah, only for this show. Yes, thank you. Okay, let's see. Goodness. All right. It's a little bit, still a little wet in the middle, but I think in about 5 more minutes, I don't want this to get overdone. I'm actually going to put a little tin foil. You guys, let me show. I need to show you this. I need to show you this. So if you guys make this, you guys look, OMG. If you guys make this, make sure you watch the time because my timer still says 11 minutes, right? So I am going to put some tin foil. I'm going to let it bake a little bit longer, but I think that's going to come out early. Okay, so don't let me forget. There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than spending all of that time cooking and preparing something, and then you burn the top of it. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. I hear you. Okay, so I'm going to check that. I'm going to let that cook just a few more minutes. It was a little wet in the middle. Oh, yeah, that's fine, Sassy. No problem. Thank you, Noelle. Okay, hi, Tammy. So let's look at, I want to, since I dropped the other mug from, I was going to put these at 10 earlier and I just never changed them. You guys will find for the cooking show, sometimes things are a little bit, they're more dealish for this. So dealish, I just made up that word, than maybe in my restock show. So Holy Grounds, I'm going to run this again. This is new for 2026 for 10. Holy Grounds, it has green, brand new with the tags. Hi, Rulo Monreal, how are you? All right, we're going to put those mugs up. Okay, what about some vases? So normally these come in a set of 3, but I wanted to show you how cute they look with just some fake flowers. I have some fake flowers with a couple of these milk jug vases. And these are what I used for 4th of July. I had some red, white, and red, red, white, and blue balloons, and they were tied to the milk jug vases with some fake flowers. It just adds a little something extra to your decor. You get both. Now, there is one missing. So you will see it says grows here. The one that says love grows here is missing, but I think it's cute. It says grows here. Flowers grow here. So you get both. I think they're very cute and they're running. Grows here. And maybe you could find a love somewhere else, but super cute for both. Thank you so much, H. Trahan. Am I saying your name correctly? I'm sorry. I think they're so cute. Grows here. Thank you so much. Super cute, Graham. Yeah, and like I have, these are fake too. So these are mine. Look at how cute. My belly with all the delicious food grows here. Exactly. And you're the cook. Tracy doesn't cook, right? Yeah, I love it. And I change the flowers with the seasons. Good grab on those. All right, let's see. You have the bowl. Okay, guys, I am going to stop for just a minute. Please check the shop. Let me know. Also, if there's something that you're looking for and you don't see it in the shop, I try to limit what I sell in this show so that I can get it shipped out quickly because I am a one-woman show. But sometimes I don't mind if you're looking for something, special that if I have it, I can show it to you. I just don't like to go crazy. All right, let me check this because I have a feeling it's done. Okay. Ooh, okay. So really, you want to take a knife and you want to put it in the middle and see if the egg, you really just want to make sure that the egg is cooked all the way through. Okay, thank you so much, Noel. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check. Yeah, you guys mind? It's hard to tell in this. Kind of looks like, nope, it's not quite done in the middle. You guys, I would recommend with about 10 to 12 minutes left on the 50 minutes that you cover it with tin foil. Make sure you keep an eye on that so you don't burn the cheese on top. Because you would be so mad at yourself. And literally, we're at the 6-minute mark. We're at the 6-minute mark. Hi, Annette. Welcome in. Hi, Malcolm. Thanks for being here. You guys, my name's Lori. This is Cooking and Conversation with Lori Kinshap, Ray Dunn style. Also, I do Ray Dunn restocks once a week where I just do random selling. This week, I was just thinking, usually I try to come on Thursdays for that. You guys, I'm keeping my grandson Friday and Saturday all by myself. And he's 2. He's almost 2. And he's gonna keep Gammy very busy. So I have to be very meticulous with the packaging. All right, this is a great set. This is perfect for cooking. So you get all 4. You get parsley, dill, and again, it's stuck. It was from that same person. Basil and thyme. You get all of the wooden lids, and you get the Ray Dunn wooden tray. You guys, the price tag is still on this. Not that you care, but $25 for this. There is a little, wood is this has a little discolored on one of the lids. And this one has a little bit too. Probably it was close to the sun. Okay, but thyme, basil, great seal. They have great seals, all of them. Great seals. You get all four, and they're running. Thank you so much. Thanks, Christy. That's gonna look. Thank you guys for the bids. Thyme, basil, parsley, and dill. Brandy, let me see what I have. Amy, thank you for so much. AH97441. Thank you, my dear. Good grab on those. Let me see what I have left. I don't think I have any more large. I do have, I think, the 9x9s, but let me check. Thank you, Amy. Okay, so for baking dishes, I have two more. So this one's super cute. My grandson always says, more please. I have the more please. And let's see. What I've noticed when I look up, I always measure my baking dishes, but what I've noticed what they do is they measure it from the handle to the end. But I would do the inside. So I have two 9x9s. I have one that says more please, 9x9, and then I have one that says eat. So I will run those in case anybody's interested. I don't have any more of the larger ones. Okay. Let me get there. I'll refresh and take a drink. And it's almost time to take the breakfast bake out. Oh my gosh, what happened? I'm on the wrong, you guys, I opened up the wrong, I thought I opened up the wrong show. Okay, there we go. I don't know what's going on over here. Let's see. If you would like the recipe, it is in the buy it now. All right, here we go. We're going to run the eat one. Eat. No. You guys, I never run auctions from my phone. I know so many people do. I love using my computer. All right, here we go. Eat 9x9. It's like it didn't update. That was so weird. Okay, this one's running right now. If anyone's interested, I'm so sorry it took me so long. Eat 9x9 Ray Dunn baking dish. 9x9. All right. And we have more please. More please. 9x9. That is so weird, you guys. Whatnot didn't update on my computer. My computer didn't update. More please. Thank you, Brandy. More please. 9x9. More please is going to Brandy. Thank you so much. More please is going to my beautiful friend, Brandy Mill. Thank you. Hi, Cadwell. Right. We do have, I have one more eat 9x9 if anybody else wants me to run that. I do also have a couple other bakers. I have a cute little bake loaf pan. You guys, I just picked my first zucchini out of the garden. So zucchini bread is coming soon. All right. And this is a 9x5. This is a 9x5 bake loaf pan. Thank you so much, Amy. Bake loaf pan. So nice. For that perfect loaf of banana or zucchini bread. Going to you, my dear. Thank you. This lot that I just purchased was so perfect for this show because it had all of the baking dishes. I was so happy, and I'm so happy that I could bring them to you guys, you know, for decent prices. I was looking up some of the prices and I was like, OMG. Yes, I sure can. All right, let me pull out I think the casserole is done. Let me check it one more time. One more time. Oh my goodness gracious. Ooh. It's just that middle part that I think it's totally done. Okay. Let's see. All right, that middle part is still just a little bit. I'm gonna take the tin foil off and I'm gonna put it in for 2 more minutes. It's so hard to tell. You don't want to overcook those things, but it's so hard. Okay. Request to run the Eat 9x9 baking dish. All righty, that one is running right now. Thank you so much for the request. Eat is running right now. Thank you, Trahan. I appreciate it. 9x9. These are in such great condition. You guys, I should show you the bottom of mine. It's so bad. Trahan, thank you so much. Good grab. Good grab. All righty. Now let me show you, I have some pie plates. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you guys make sure, you guys will see that if you're new to me, if you click on the yellow crown, it tells you when you earn coupons. And then you click on the coupon and you can save it and use it for a purchase. And I think the first one's like $2 off. So make sure you check that. Who needs a pie plate? I have 3 different ones. These are 9 inches in diameter. 9 inches in diameter. And you guys, the price is amazing. So I have 2 that say pie. And you don't just have to cook pie. I mean, you could put anything. So I have 2 that say pie. I have 1 that says slice. And if you're not a baker, buy a pie and put it in there. And then I have 1 that says quiche. All right, and I'm going to run those after I take this out of the oven. I think we're going to be good. All right. Oh my gosh. There it is. There is the sausage and hash brown breakfast bake. We're going to let it cool. We're going to let it cool. And then you know the drill. We're going to try it. Now, I'm going to leave my oven on just in case. It looks done. It looks like there's just a little bit of oil on the top. But I'm going to leave the oven on just in case I have to pop it in when I cut into it for you guys. Hi, Libby. Let's see. CRO Robin. Hi, Robin. Hi, Jen. All right. So it's buyer's choice, quiche, pie, or slice. Buyer's choice. And it's running. Quiche, slice, or pie. Buyer's choice. Buyer's choice. Thank you so much, Sassy Scavenger. Such a good deal on these 9-inch pie plates. If you're not a pie baker, that's not my forte. Sassy Scavenger, which one can I get for you? Would you like quiche? Would you like slice? Or would you like pie? Which one would you like? Yeah. You think, no problem. But I'm not going to run another one until you decide because you were the first one to win. And you know what? It's okay for me to take a break. You guys, if you're just popping in, check the shop. There's a few things left in there. If there's something that you're looking at or looking for, let me know. Let me show them. So here's pie. There's pie. You're going to do slice. And here is slice. Slice. You got it. You can see the back. Yeah, that's true, Sassy. It goes for whatever. That is true. All right, Sassy. Slice is going to you. Right? Sassy, sassy. All right. Let's run again. I have quiche or I have pie. Quiche or pie. These are also good, you guys, for like shepherd's pie. It doesn't have to be a sweet pie. So I have quiche or I have pie. Quiche or pie. All right, guys, let me know. I have a couple more of those. Hi, Patiso. Hi, Nicole. Again, you can't beat the price. All right, let me know if anybody wants to see those. All right, I want to show this. You guys, this is a Dunn rolling pin. It says roll. Kept woman, how are you? Rolling pin, Dunn. Rolling pin. You can. I know. That is so funny, Noelle. I just thought of that. This is a wooden rolling pin, Dunn. It's running and it says roll. Or you can use it for a baseball bat. I didn't give you the link on that one. That is hilarious. I might just send it to her, Noelle. It is 19 inches long. Yeah, it has multiple purposes, right? Multiple purposes. Okay. All right, let's see what we have left. What haven't I shown? Let me just see. I showed all the mugs, the slicer, the pie plates. Oh, here's something cute. I just put this in there. Again, this was from that same lot. It is stuck on here, but it is a cream and sugar set. It is a cream and sugar set, $16.99, cream and sugar. It is stuck on there, but it doesn't have to be. You can see the wooden tray, you know, it's different colors because it's wood, but you get all of the pieces. You get all of the pieces and it's running right now. Cream and sugar. You can take it off of the wood, put it on your coffee bar, and it's running. Okay. And I have enjoy. Oh, let's do the small mixing bowl. We have, let me rinse it out. You guys, I cook with the Ray Dunn items. If you happen to purchase something that was used, I will put it in the dishwasher. All right, so let's show, this is the small mixing bowl. This is Enjoy. This is the small mixing bowl. It is 7 inches in diameter. And it's running. Enjoy. This is just that small one. Perfect to put fruit in. Perfect for anything, really. Enjoy. Thank you so much for the bid. But this is the small mixing bowl. And it will be washed. Trahan, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You're going to get that. I'm just going to put your name on the front because I will throw that in the dishwasher. Perfect. Let's load with your stuff. And let me see. And I showed the melamine plates. All right, really quick question is there anybody that would like any of the cereal bowls that were featured today? I will run Buyer's Choice cereal bowls for only $3 during this show, and I have a bunch. I have Happy, Blessed, and Munch, but I also have a whole bunch of other ones in my selling room. Just put a Y in the chat. I do not have green bean casserole. Okay, I'm going to go get the bowls so that I can run those. And then I'm going to cut a piece of the bake because I got to try it before we rate out today. But let me go grab some bowls. Hi, Erica. Welcome in. Okay, we're going to do these for random pulls for $3, you guys. $3 for the cereal bowls is a great price. Edit. Okay, we're going to put $3. And I'll show you a couple. And if you want to bid, then they're buyer's choice. I'll show a couple at a time. Max shipping $9.21. So if you see a couple that you like, $9.21 is all that you will pay. Okay, we're going to start with the first three. It's buyer's choice for one, Munch, Blessed, or Happy. These were the ones that were featured in my cooking demonstration today. Munch, Blessed, or Happy. Buyer's choice. Munch, Blessed, or Happy. Thank you so much. Munch, Blessed, or Happy. All right, Trinkan, what would you like? Munch, Blessed, or Happy? You got it. Blessed is going to you. It will be washed. I'll put it with the Enjoy. Okay. Okay. All right, next we'll do, let's add Thankful to the mix. Thankful, Happy, or Munch. We'll add Thankful to the mix. Cereal bowl running right now. Thankful, Happy, or Munch. Thank you so much. Thankful, Happy, or Munch. Buyer's choice for one. Amy, what would you like? Thankful, Happy, or Munch? What would you like? I'm running them separately just because you probably already have free shipping, so they're just $3 just because is that okay? Okay. Happy. I can just put the 2 in for I'll just put 2 in for 6. Is that okay? All right, you're gonna get Happy. Here's Happy. And instead of writing your name, I wrote Happy. There's Happy. I need to wash that one. The only thing, you know what? I'm going to do them separately because I'm going to add a new one every time. Is that okay? I hope you're okay with that because I have a bunch. So let's add, all right, let's add soup. Soup, Thankful, and Munch. And you guys, before I run those, I'm going to cut a piece of this so I can try it. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Yep, it looks like it's good. It looks like it's done. Maybe. Yeah. You guys, I think I got to put it in there for 5 more minutes. It does not seem, I like my eggs very done. Hi, CG, welcome in. I like my eggs really done. I'm a little bit concerned about it. So I'm going to stick it back in there. Stick with me. I'm just a little bit worried. Okay, we're going to put it back in there. Let's do 4 minutes. All right. Do you guys get worried when you make something with eggs? It just was not as stiff as I wanted the eggs to be. All right, we're running cereal bowls. We have soup, thankful, and munch, buyer's choice, and running. Buyer's choice, soup, thankful, and munch. Thank you, Trahan, for the bid. Hi, Barbar. Welcome in. We're doing cereal bowls for $3. Thank you guys for the bids. I appreciate you. Hi, RF Wilson and Nevaeh. Welcome in. My name's Lori. We made a sausage and hash brown bake today, breakfast bake. Amy, which one? Soup, thankful, munch. Thank you. Yeah, you guys, thankful. Okay. If you would like to purchase the recipe, it's $2 in the buy it now, and I will send you the actual hard copy of the recipe. Okay. Next, let's add another one. Let's add ramen. This would be great for your ramen noodles. Okay, ramen noodles. So we have soup, munch, ramen. Buyer's choice. Buyer's choice running right now. Ramen, munch, soup. Thank you so much for your bid. Hi, Speedy. Speedy Turtle, how are you? That's funny, Speedy Turtle. AH, would you like the munch? I'm thinking that's the one that you, yes, you got it. Thank you so much. Sorry you had to work so hard for that. All right, let's add, how about gobble? Some of us gobble our food, some of us munch our food. All right, let's do ramen, soup, and gobble. Ramen, soup, and gobble. Ramen, soup, gobble, buyer's choice. Some of us gobble our food, some of us don't. Some of us munch. Trahan, which one would you like? Gobble. Got it. Thank you. Okay, that one is going to you. Gobble is going to Trahan. All right, then. All right, let's do this. Is there anybody that would like 3 home? 3 home, orange interior. You guys, this one's a little bit different. So this one's home with red, kind of reddish. And these look a little bit more dark orange. Okay. Anybody like a home? Home. One has like a red and the other 2 have burnt orange. Buyer's choice. Let's try. Anybody want home? Running right now. Buyer's choice, home, and they do have a colored inside. Hi, Renee. Thank you for the bid. Home. Hi, Cord. Welcome in. How are you? Christy. We're doing $3 cereal bowls. Renee, the 80301. Good first purchase. M&M guy is coming out. Candy in the chat. You guys, I can't shake him as much as I used to my other one because the candy falls out of the football. Renee, I love discounts. How are you? Thank you. Would you like peanut or plain M&Ms for your first purchase. I'm losing my mind here, you guys. And which bowl would you like? Plain for Renee. So Renee, do you want the darker orange or the more reddish one? It's just a little bit different, a little bit variant. So let me know. I got to pull the casserole out. And hopefully I feel good about it getting done. Yeah, it's getting done. Too done now. Okay. Done. We're turning off the oven. And we just got to let it cool. Okay, you want the red. This one, you got it. Thank you so much, Renee. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Renee. Okay, let's add and plain M&Ms for Renee. All right, let's try these again. We have 2 of the home that are orange. And let's add a pink jelly beans. This would be cute for Easter. Buyer's choice. Buyer's choice, what would you like? Running right now. So you got a jelly beans home. And the jelly bean is pink and the home are burnt orange. Thank you for the bid. I'm so glad you guys are getting some of these. Trahan, which one would you like? Jelly beans with the pink. You got it. Isn't that one cute? Trahan. All right, let's add. I have another jelly beans and it's green. Jelly beans. All right, we're going to do some different ones. Jelly beans, Happy Spring, blue, and soup. Jelly beans, Happy Spring, or soup. Buyer's choice. Running right now. Jelly beans, Happy Spring, or soup. Thank you guys for the bids. Max shipping 921, my lovelies. Thank you, thank you. Renee, thank you so much. Which one would you like? Jelly beans is green. Happy Spring is like a light blue turquoise. And then soup is just plain. Happy Spring. You got it. Going to you. Okay. We have, all right, buyer's choice. We have 5 left. Soup, ramen. Soup, ramen, jelly beans, home, and home. And the home and the jelly beans are colored inside. Buyer's choice. Home, jelly beans, ramen, soup. Thank you for the bid. I appreciate you. Home, jelly beans, ramen, soup. Trahan, what would you like? Home, you got it. Okay, let's run them again. Let's do it. We're going for it. All right, running. Home, nope, not running. Running. Home, jelly beans, ramen soup. Be cool like Renee and Trahan. Okay, last call for cereal bowls. We have 4 left. Home, jelly beans, ramen, or soup. All right. Thank you, thank you. All right, I am going to cut a piece of this and bring it over. Hi, Coop. Hi, Stella. Stellar Rays. And then we're going to try it. We're going to try it. All right, we're going to try it on one of the plates that are for sale. You get 4 of the melamine dine plates. It's kind of the last thing that I have in the shop today. Let's see. So we want a pretty piece. And like with most bakes, Oh, it's really good, you guys. It looks great. I would just really keep checking it. You guys look. Oh my goodness. Smell test. Smell test. The recipe is still available in the buy it now for $2. Let me grab a fork and we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to give it a whirl and then I'll just run through a couple more things. It is steamy. It's crispy on the outside. I always like that little crust on the outside, and then it is nice and eggy on the inside. Mm. Oh, it's perfect, you guys. And what I love about it is if you season it enough before you bake it, you don't need to season it anymore. You can taste a little bit of the smoky paprika. I mean, it is, you can see the cheese in there. You can see the sausage. The base is the hash browns on the bottom. It's really good. And we discussed it is a great way for you to use up things, you know, like vegetables and things maybe out of your garden or things that are about to go bad. That's why casseroles, or that's how casseroles were invented. All right. Okay, guys. So this has been fabulous. This was week 5 of my cooking and conversation. If you had fun, if you would please bookmark next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I think I'm going to look at an old Girl Scout cookbook. I'll actually show it to you before you guys leave. So, I mean, you guys can see how old it is. This was my mom's cookbook growing up, and she gave it to me. And we bought it from, look at it, we bought it from the Girl Scouts. I mean, this is vintage. And I thought about like just randomly opening a page and seeing what I came up with. I'm trying to see, what is this from? It was like the Girl Scout troop. Oh, sure, of course. The Girl Scout troop, they took like everybody's favorite cookbook. I was trying to see. Oh, it was printed in 1988. I graduated from high school in 1986. So we're going to maybe pick a random like vintage recipe out of the old Kihoni Girl Scout cookbook next week. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's a good idea? All right, we had a request. I have 2 sets of the melamine. I know, isn't it interesting? I have 2 sets of 4 of the melamine plates. So one of the ones will be washed. Here, let's do it. So set of 4. These are matte white, Ray Dunn, the hard plastic melamine. And I do believe that everybody needs a set of these. Let me run. And these are the 10-inch plates. Perfect for dinner size. And they're running right now. You get 4. Thank you so much, Brandy. You get 4. You don't have to buy them individually. I put them in 2 sets of 4. Brandy, thank you so much. Good grab on those. Let me put those with your things. And then I have one more set, you guys. One more set. Okay. You get 4. One of them, you're welcome. One of them is the one that I'm using for my bake, but you get 4. I will wash it up. I have one last set of the matte white melamine plates running right now. You guys, these are great for the summertime if you eat on the deck. If you have kids or grandkids, look, you can't break them. And you can tell that I don't even think they've been used. Okay, one more set of 4 if anybody. All right. Anybody want me? I think Anybody want me to rerun any of the mugs? Kind of if you're trying to fill up your box. I'm going to take a bite. I might just rerun a couple of the mugs and then we will find somebody to raid. Really good. I really like the hash browns on the bottom. I have made this before where I've mixed the hash browns in. I like them on the bottom. It's kind of like a crust. Okay. Hopefully you guys are all in a good place with your boxes. I think you guys have you've picked out some great things. I'm so glad that you guys joined me today. This is my favorite thing to do once a week, this show, but please join me. I have a couple raid trains coming up. I have a wholesome mug competition and some other things that I like to be involved in. But this truly is my favorite show. And it wouldn't be possible without you guys viewing and coming in. And I really, really appreciate you guys. Let's find somebody to raid. And when we get there, if you would just put some candy in the chat, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you could follow my mod, his wife is Zoe's Treasures, and she always has the best stuff, number one, but she also gives really sane advice to new sellers. And he has modded for me. He's been supporting me throughout this cooking show, and him and his wife, Tracy of Zoe's Treasures, they helped me in the CEO challenge, and I'm still working on those things. I have just rebranded my logo and just certain things. So if you could please go and check out Zoe's Treasures, maybe bookmark one show and see what you think. I just absolutely love their show, and I really, really appreciate their help in my business. So yeah, thank you, Trahan. Thank you. And you guys come back. If you had a good time, come back. Next week, you never know what you might find. All right. Thank you guys all so much. Let's go see who we can raid. I don't know of anyone who does anything quite like this. I know there are other, people that make things. Noelle, do you know of anybody? Hi, Rachel. D Archivist, is that who it is? Let's see. Yes, okay. Let's go raid D. There she is. All right, guys, candy in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.